Hello, 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 everybody. What is up? What is up? My name is Sugar, and we are on the glitter adventure. That we are. We are on the glitter adventure, everybody. This is the Sir Mix-a-Lot Cities, and today is part 4, which is the, say it with me, the yellow. Hello, 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 everybody. Hi, Lolly. Hi, Cola. Hi, little mamas. Hello, everybody. How's everybody doing today on this fine Monday? We got to hurry up and do this, so I'm going to jump into this bad boy. And, yeah. So thanks for coming, everybody. Let me know, if you can hear me or not. Let me know. Let me know. So, yeah, as you can see, there's not really that much in there. I thought I had way more than I did. However, I did not. And I just used the same mat as I used last time. Hi, Lori. Thanks, babe. Hi, Christina. Yeah, this is what we're working with today. It's not like a lot, guys. Not like I thought it was going to be. I definitely need more yellow. This is one of my favorite colors. Like, purple is my main, but yellow is my other one. And yeah, I was like, holy shit. So, shout out to everybody. Here's this one. This is what it looks like in the regular lighting with all the sparkles in it. I don't know if you can actually see, but the crazy sparkles like this, I love it. In person, it's even more sparkly. I can't wait to, I should take them outside and get, something done outside. You know what I mean? So here are the 3 colors so far. Oh my gosh, hi Bramble. How are you doing? This is what we made so far. So obviously they're all going to be same but different. So we're going to make this, and I'm going to use this guy here. Boop. Just like so. I'm going to zoom in, and then I'm just going to grab them and go. And go for... How are you, Bramble? And hello to G. That just came in. I can't read your name, but hello. Alright, so we're going to do this, and we're going to do yellow, which is one of my other favorite colors. This is called the Glitter Adventure Series. Sir Mix-a-Lot series with sugar. We're going to make this into a mega yellow glitter, and then we are going to make it into an acrylic. Then we're going to swatch. Then we're going to put it on a nail, and then we're going to do all that, and we'll be done. I'm going to try to do this as quick as possible. I'm doing good, love. How are you? I'm so glad you're here, too. I missed you. Alright, so yeah, I'm just gonna, go with the flow, and I should zoom in, huh? Yeah, I don't want to zoom in too much, but enough. If you want me to zoom in more, you'll have to let me know. Hi, Christina number 2. Both Christinas in the house. This one's, a really pretty type of iridescent yellow. Really pretty. Ooh, that one's pretty. Let's do 2. Let's do 3 of that one, guys, because that one is so gorgeous. Oh my goodness. So, I have a few things, too, that I'm going to tell you guys. Did you guys know that the dominant hand grows faster than your other one? Did you know that? I did not know that. Also, here's the things for anyone who is new. We are doing this series and doing an entire nail set after we get done with this series. However, I'm going to need to ask you guys, you know how we voted on white to go with the set? So I had made an executive decision because somebody brought it to my attention that silver wouldn't look that good. And then I got to thinking, what if we just did the whole spectrum? So this whole spectrum would consider of black, silver, white, and gold. What do you guys think? Do we want to do the whole spectrum? Because gold that would mean I'd have to take the gold out of the yellow because it's like yellow gold, or just do black, silver, brown, because I want to do brown too, so we have at least a brown color. What do you guys think? White, black, brown, and silver. What do you guys think? Should we do a gold one too? Because if I take the gold out of here, then this yellow one's gonna be great. So you guys let me know if you guys want it to continue. Then we can make the entire spectrum. And then that way we have, you know, a little bit of not just your normal bright colors. Hi, Tiffany. Hello. So, but today is we're just doing yellow, one mega yellow glitter, custom glitter mix and custom acrylic powder. However, I just need your guys' opinion on this. Let's leave gold and the yellow and the other colors together. Okay. Black, silver, golden. Adley, hello. Okay, so we'll just do all of them then. No gold, leave the gold and the yellow. Okay. We'll just do the black, the brown, and the silver and the white, because the white was already voted on, so that's already a must. Alright, we got it. Let's go. This one right here is just a regular, like, yellow gold, which is really pretty. Ooh. Look at that. That is actually shiny. Who doesn't love, like, whose favorite is silver and whose is gold? Which one is your favorite? Silver? Are you a silver girly or a gold girly? Because I'm a silver girly. Hi, Cordy. How are you? Hello, everybody. Hello. This type of yellow right here is my favorite type of yellow. The super bright, like, neon jelly yellow is my favorite type of yellow, guys. Like, seriously, my favorite type of yellow. It is my favorite. And we have one of these powders today. That's it. And I'm just going to throw it in there. There we go. All done with that one. Throw that away. Boom. I thought about doing a rose gold one, because I love rose gold, but I don't have a lot of rose gold at all. But my Larissa glitters. Boop. It'll have a little green hint to it, green and gold hint to it. Do you do like blue? Yeah, we're just not to blue yet. Right now we've done red, pink, orange, and this today is yellow, and we're going right through the rainbow. So we're gonna do the next one. Ooh, this one's got a stars. This one's got stars in it, guys. Yay! But the next color is like, I thought about doing a lime green, because I have like lime green and then I have like green. But then I'm like, do I really want to do that, or do I just want to keep it all green and go from there, you know? This one's got reflective in it. So I'm kind of like, but we are, because then I was like, do we do just an iridescent one? But that'll go in with the whites, because iridescent is white, you know what I mean? So that'll be fine. But yeah, I wanted to do kind of a rose gold one. I'll have to look and see what type of rose gold I have, because I don't have a lot. I have mainly fine glitter in rose gold. Look at this one. This one's pretty. Wait, so how much sparkles do you have? I have a ton of sparkles. Lots and lots. But I need more yellow sparkles. Guys, I don't have, like, as nearly enough of yellow like I do every other color for some reason. I don't know why, I just don't. I was like, oh my goodness. You don't want to know. I freaking love it. How's everybody's day going today? Ooh, this is one of those glitters that's like that orange one and red one I was telling you guys about. And I have a big yellow one, and I've used damn near all of it, basically, and I don't know where to get them. Rose gold will work with brown too. I was thinking that as well. Here's a yellow iridescent. So this one's going to be more like iridescent-y. based than hollow, but I'm okay with that. I'm definitely okay with that because that gives us something more of a different, you know what I mean? Now this one is a matte, and I'm going to try to not get these freaking, you know what, it's fine. The silver's just going to be in it, guys. I can't help it. I can't help it, man. No, no, that's okay. That is quite okay, Tiff. Thanks for that, though. Appreciate that. We got an urgent care appointment at 6:45, but otherwise fine. Oh my goodness, already? I'm sorry, love. I hope it goes better. This one is like an orangey gold color. Yellow gold, I mean. I appreciate that, Tiff. Thank you very much. Hey guys, if you're new, my name's Shug, and we do a lot of sparkly things with nails. I do a lot of nails on here, so I do a lot of huge, long, crazy nails. So, yeah. Boop. Boop. I gotta use every glitter, so that's what we shall do. I got this little guy from Lip Smacking Nails box, which I like. Okay, that's enough of that. I don't like picking through all that, but we did it. We got some in there, so each one's going to be a little bit different. Here's our lips. Got some lippy lips. Hi, TK. How are you? Thank you, Cordy. Hi, Vanessa. How are you? What's going on here? I will be doing a nail. We're making a mega yellow glitter, custom glitter mix. Then we're going to make that into an acrylic. Then I'm going to swatch it. Then we're going to do a nail with it. So far, we've done orange. I have a whole series, and it's all in a playlist, so you guys can go watch all of that. And so, yeah, they're mega mixes, and we're following the rainbow from red all the way to brown. Ooh, this one's pretty. Let's do two of that one, because that one's gorgeous. That one is gorgeous. Hi, Lydia. How are you? I think that's how you say your name. Now, this is one of my favorite glitters right here. And I used to have all of them. And they came from Zule, and I have not been able to find them at all. And she doesn't have them on her website anymore. And I'm like, no. But yeah, did you guys know that now this one is a yellow, but it shifts into a pink or a purple. So that one's going to look kind of cool. I feel like I want to add like two of those just so we can have a little bit of a different look to it. And then this one right here, look at all those. We got some iridescent shapes. We need all the shapes we can get in this one. So there we go. We'll just throw that whole thing in there. Why not? Throw that whole mamma jamma in there. Now this one will glow because I have three glows. And not like I thought I did the last time, but seriously, I have 3 glow colors that are yellow, so. Now, I'm using every single color glitter of yellow that I own, whether it's a double one or not, so. We want every bead to be a little bit different, and so that's why I do what I do. It's kind of fun, because you don't know what you're going to really get, to be honest with you. I mean, you do because you're putting that in there, but for the most part, I like these bows, man. If my hand would work. I kind of wish these were all kind of separated, you know, but it is what it is, everybody. So, thank you guys so much for joining me today and for all the colors. Which is your guys' favorite color? Which ones are you guys waiting on, or have we already done your color? Mr. Bo, come to me. Oh, my Lanta. Today was, I was getting dinner ready before I did this, so that way, like, you know, All I had to do was start it when I got done. All of them? Yes, I did make you. Hi, Tiffany. Hi, Amy. Hi, Leanne. Hello, everybody. I have a new play set that is huge. I wish I knew you have a place. I know you're older, but do you have an old place? What? I have a playlist on here. I think, yeah. So we have these right here, and I have 3 of them. Ooh! So because I have 3, I'll put at least 2 of each so we can have like a fun glow. Hi, Sophie. Your favorite color is blue, right? Look at this. These are glitters that have like little dots on the hollow, which make it look really like prismatic. I don't know if you guys can see. Look at that. It looks really cool. I should make an entire glitter or a tile. Hi, Nana. Blue. This yellow seems more alien green. It'll have spurts of green in it, yes, but it's like more that bright yellow than anything. Okay, here's another one. Or did I just put that back in there? Nice, I just put that back in there. Hi, Space Banana. Ooh, I like that name. Now, these are tiny, so I'm only going to get a little bit out of here, guys, because that's, yeah. Let's just grab, like, this, and then I'll pick the yellow ones out. Yeah. So, yeah, this is what I do. This is how you get them to be, like, super unique, I feel, anyway. For me. It's redundant, but I like it. Because, like, you normally wouldn't find ones that are like this, so I think it's not only relaxing, but you can also put this on if you're cleaning, or if you're cooking, or whatever. If you have any questions, feel free to put it in chat. If I don't see it, somebody will. But yeah, I think that nobody usually goes to this extreme, to be honest, but I like it. It's just something that I do, because I have kind of a squirrel brain sometimes, you know? And that squirrel brain is like 5,000 miles a minute. You know what I mean? Is anybody else like that, or is it just me? It could just be me, but then it's like, oh my goodness, why? But yeah, I was trying to get everything done for dinner, and then I was like, oh my god, I forgot to take the meat out. And then, yeah. So that happened. Excuse me. I was like, no. So I'm just waiting for that to thaw. Who else in here loves glitter? Like, who doesn't like glitter, though? The orange video will be out tonight, and then the yellow one, I will also... I'm trying to export that, but it's taken forever, guys. The orange one is taken forever to export, so, yeah. But it's coming, guys. It's coming. And I appreciate everybody that is watching the videos, too. I have a lot of old videos on mixing as well, and YouTube doesn't really show that anymore, so... Oh... That went everywhere. No big deal. No big deal. No yellow left behind. Just kidding. Is that it? Okay, cool. Alright. They're in there. Oh god, I about dropped this all over the floor. It is underrated. It is absolutely. Can you show me the Simon, maybe? The Simon? What's that mean? Oh, and then we have little scissors. Since we don't have like a lot of big types, we have some scissors. Got some scissors. Boop, doopy doop. Oh. Look at this. This is a glitter from Just Nikki. She's a content creator on here, and she has her own glitter business and resin. So if you want to go check her out, it is justnikki.com, I think. I think that's her. I'm doing a soak off. Nice. Doing crystal clear. Awesome. Is that all you're going to do? Is just the crystal clear, or are you going to add something to it? I keep trying to put it back in the thing. So I have all these little, these guys right here. And I got this, somebody got this for me. Who got this for me? Somebody got me all that big thing of all these little glitters, and they don't, like, run. And they're actually really, really nice. So, and they got it off Amazon. So, it's actually a really nice glitter collection because you get, like, 50 of them or something like that in there. So, ooh, look at this one. Oh, yeah, that hollow is gorgeous. You know it's hard to see. Ooh, you'll bling it out. Nice. I can't wait. We have this guy here with the... We have orange, yellow, and purple. So, we're going to do the same thing here. And these little circle glitters. I don't know what it is with these circle glitters, you guys. But I flippin' love them. I do. I do. Because I think they make it look cool, even though they're like bubbles almost, you know? But I then, oh my gosh, you know what I did? I almost tripped on my face today. I freaking was walking down my stairs and I was watching my phone. And I wasn't paying attention and my flip-flop didn't go with me, if that makes sense. It like slid, and I don't know, I can't even really explain it, but I almost face planted down there. Hi, Tammy. Aw, thank you. Hi, Isabella. I almost face planted on the concrete. I was like, how are you doing, Tammy? Thanks for coming, babe. Thank you to everybody who's here. Shout out to everybody who's here. Make sure you like and subscribe, guys, so that way you don't miss all the colors that are coming up. I will be live every other day. We'll be doing a new color every other day at 4:44 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I just am trying to get, like, as much of this that I can, because I really like this glitter, and this is the only glitter I have of this. And I love it. And somebody sent me this glitter. Where did I get this glitter? I don't remember. And then last night I found 2 big jugs of black holographic chunky and orange holographic chunky in my freaking bedroom under my bed. Under my bed, everybody. Like, what in the ever you know what? It's gonna make it look cool, guys. I know it is. Oh shit, there's an orange. It's redundant, I know. But yeah, I didn't know that your non-dominant, or that your dominant hand grows faster than your other hand. Did you guys know that? Because I had no freaking clue. Nana, how are you? How's your day? How's the kitties? The kitties. Mine were just running around like a bunch of freaking horses. Literally. I want these tiny ones, but I'm not going to deal with it, you know? Okay, that's enough. That's enough of that shit. Ah! No! Oh, you guys. I have... This is what happens, you know? Man down, everybody. Man is down. Glitter's down. Oh, Lord, how am I going to do this? Alright, hold up. Alright. We're going to sprinkle it onto this guy. That is a lot of glitter, y'all. Oh, my goodness. Hey, shit like this happens. It is what it is. That's why I like to go in the moment, fly by the seat of my pants a little bit, because it's funnier that way, you know? Shit happens, and then you gotta watch people deal with it. And that, to me, is more fun. It's not, like, scripted and shit, you know? I'm gonna try to get as much as I can off of this paper towel. Okay. We got a few other glitters in there with it. Ooh, I almost poured that in the wrong one. Oh, God. I think that's the first time. That's the first spill that we've actually had on here, guys. Literally the first spill we've had on here. All good in the hood, though. Hi, Glam. How are you? You're enjoying... Good. I can't believe I spilled my glitter, guys. That's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It is okay. We have this gilded one. This one's pretty. It's like a silver gold. Oh, that's way too silver. But it says gold on the bottom. Oh well, we used it. It said gold. This one is like shreds. I can't believe I just did that, y'all. Shit. That's okay. All good. How are you doing? Oh my god, I know. I would have freaked out if I did. Then we would have had to go with it. You know? Here's the other one. I have a third one that we will put. This is a glow. So we have 3 glows of yellow for some reason. I'm not quite sure why. I have 3 yellows and don't know why, but we're going to do 2 of each. So that way we have a good amount of glow because that orange has no glow at all. So, yeah. See, I have some of those as well. But they're different colors. They're a little bit darker. So we're just going to grab a little bit out and go from there. It's redundant, but I like it. Doo-doo, doo-doo. This orange. God, I can't tell. It's hard to tell what's what here. There we go. I'm just gonna have to do a little bit on this one because I cannot tell with this black glove one. Yeah, dude, I can't wait because I was gonna do lime green, but I think we're just gonna do green and just do it all green. Because doing the lime green, I think, like I thought, I think it'll just be too, you know what I mean, repetitive in a sense. Okay, that's about what we got. Found one. Can't pick it up. It's fine. It's fine. We used it. That's all that matters. And then we have this one right here. So we have some Louis Vuitton. We have some CC. So we're going to add those babies. Somebody is mowing right now with my window open. Are you freaking kidding me? There's a silver play bunny in there. There we go. So this one's going to be luxury. Totally forgot I had these two. So Louis Vuitton and CC. Inspired. Thank you guys for coming. I appreciate it. I feel like I need more. This one's really going to be... Because I don't have silver. I only have these in gold, so... I don't want a Playboy bunny in there. There we go. Alright, that's enough of that shit. Hi, Skies. Hi, guys. How are you? I know. It's hard, but... Oh, look at that. It's got like a blue reflect, guys. Love it. Love it. But then, I didn't know, because now... we're doing black, brown, silver, and white for like the whole spectrum. So look, we have some keys as well. This one's gonna have quite a bit, I guess. I didn't think about that. Let's get a handful of keys to my heart of glitter. We love Brazil. Hello. Here's another yellow. Boop, 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 boop. Glitter. Glitter. Here's another one. Is this the same one? Did I just throw this bitch back in there? Did I? No, I didn't. So, yeah. This is the last one. Boop. Boop. Alright. That is all the glow that I got. Thank you, thank you. Designer Bay. Okay, we have this one here. So this one's more of an iridescent than anything. Because the other ones are more hollow, you know. We got this one, which is a mix of a little bit of everything. Dun, dun. I made this like a long time ago. I forget how long, but it's in an old jar, so. Oh, look. And then we got moons and stars, everybody. Moons and stars. And I got these big-ass packs on Amazon, and they came in a pack of freaking, like a whole bunch of different stuff. Like every color, I guess, of the rainbow, but like bigger ones, and each one's different. You have moons and stars, you have butterflies, you have flowers, like that type of thing. Here's this one. This one's pretty too. It's kind of a medium fine consistency. Kind of a chunky medium consistency. Oh, look, here we go with these damn things. I hate these things, guys. We gotta at least get a spoonful. That is the rule. I am making this into an acrylic powder. So we're gonna do this, and then we're gonna do, make it into a mega mix. And of just glitter, and then I'm gonna put some of it in to make an acrylic powder, and then, yeah. Alright, so I just realized that these are kind of like orangey. They're not yellow. I mean, they're like a yellow orange, but I think they're gonna be too... We'll just grab them and put them in there. Grab and go. Grab and go. But I love glitter, and so, yep, those are orange. I knew it. Get out. Did I get you? No. You know what? You're staying in there. Okay. I already used that. I threw them all back in there for some reason. We have this yellow from Gemini Cosmetics. We're gonna blow her in there, everybody. Blow, 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 blow. Boop, boop, boop. Blow, 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 blow. They're kind of hard to squirt in there, but some of them are. Oh, shit, I just went right through that. Look at that. No. Don't do that to me, Timmy. And we have this guy here, which is the fine gold holographic. So this one's a little bit on the bigger side, as you can see. I only have one of those. I thought I had more, but I don't. I had a little explosion of green hearts in there. Yeah, that happened when I was putting them in there. I was like, no! No, ma'am. Ooh, pretty. So yeah, this one's going to be a lot smaller, not like all the other ones where I have massive amounts of freaking glitter. But hey, that's okay. Because they're not meant to be the same. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, man? Anything... Oh, I just ripped the bag. Anything that says yellow is going in there. Oh, oh. Come on, you can do it. There we go. There we go, Bob. There we go. Bob is in the house. Just kidding. I don't know who he is. I just made that name up. But yes, we started with red. We did pink. Then we did orange, and we are now on yellow, and then we'll be doing green the next, and then blue, and then purple, and then white, and then black, and then silver, and then brown. Ooh, this is not yellow. Look at that. That's going to go in... Which color should that go in? I think this should go in brown. That one should go in the brown one, because that is not yellow. They killed cornbread. Oh, that is cool. All the lemon. Ooh, that's a good one too. We got that reflective, baby. Brown. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. That is what I was... We only have a few more left, by the way, which is kind of crazy. I'm excited, though. It's a rose gold. Yeah, it is. I don't think I have... Like, look, this is the only big bag of yellow that I have. The other ones are a more of a darker brownie type of gold, so it just looks not great. We have the sky is a little bit more different, a little bit more brighter. Let's just put it all in there, shall we? We shall just put it all in there. Oh my god, I just broke it. Oh. No, I didn't. Ooh. This one. Boop. I think this is the last, yeah. Oh, except for this one. Alright, so this one is the yellow little candies. And we want this yellow candy in here, okay? I'm rooting for yellow candy in all of them because... Or, I'm putting all the colors of candy in all of them. Get off there. Because we need it, you know what I mean? The candy just has to be in there, so... It is what it is. This one is the one I'm mainly, like... Gotta do. Gotta do. I'm actually excited for this one. I've been excited for this one all freaking day long. Like, seriously, all day long. I didn't want to wait. I'm like, but I have a schedule to adhere to. They're coming out a little bit easier than yesterday. Yesterday? The day before. Yesterday, I spent all day cleaning. Does anybody else go into, like, manic cleaning situations, or is it just me? Because I literally have, like, these manic cleaning episodes where I clean and clean and clean and clean. And I don't know, do you guys do that too, or is it just me? I call it manic cleaning. I don't know what anybody else would call that, but I call it manic cleaning because I literally clean everything in its mother and brother, you know? So my cats were like, "What are you doing?" And then we ended up cleaning out this shed outside, and then the closet, and then yeah, it was like, might as well do it now. I cleaned out all of my sweepers, got them blown out, cleaned out, you know, that type of stuff before winter hits, you know, so that way you don't have to do it in the middle of winter. Yeah, I'm excited for the silver too, though, because I have a lot of hollow silver. And I have a lot of white. So, that'll be fun. So, I have to do it. I have to do the yellow. We need a candy in every bead. There's not a lot there, so. So, to be alright. The green's gonna be cool, too. Because I have quite a bit more green than anything. Or I should say purple, but... I do have a video showing all of the glitter that I own, guys. So, if you haven't seen it, go check it out. Because that'll tell you. That'll show you all my glitter. And I don't have, like... I have a lot, but, like... I don't have enough. In my mind, I don't feel like I have enough. Especially in the yellow, you know? I think that's it. I think we got all of the yellow guys. Oh. See? Not that much in here. Unless they keep popping up. Okay. Thanks for the hearts, guys. Aw. You guys are smashing. Alright, I actually think that's all of the yellow. That's gonna be the, like, the only tedious one. Okay, love, no worries. You do the shed in the house in one day? Yes, dude. Me and hubby was like... Oh shit, I forgot one. I got these little stars. They are the little teeny tiny ones. So we're only gonna do a couple of the yellow ones. Even though I want a whole thing of these, you guys. I love these little tiny, like the little mini stars are my fucking favorite, guys. And these are the only tiny stars I got. And I got them from Alicia. And they have like super tiny ones, and then they have like medium small mini ones, I guess, if you want to call that. But yeah, we're not gonna dig through all that because that'll just take forever. All right, now we have all these things, so we'll do all these, and then we are going to get to, we have these look more orange, don't they? And I'm over here thinking we don't have none, but oh, maybe not. They just look that way. We need all the stars we can get, guys. Okay. Ah! What is with me and spilling shit today? Why? Why? Here's some more gold ones. And... oh, look at these. We got some yellow. We're gonna do our best here. We want all the shapes we can get. So these are like a yellow orange, but whatever. They're yellow. They're going in there. But yeah, I found like my old shirts and stuff, and I was like, oh my gosh, because there ain't no way I'm fitting in them bad boys anymore. Because my ass is 3 times as wide as it was a year ago, so, you know, it's sad reality, but shit happens. That's what happens, you know. I went from weighing 100 pounds, literally soaking wet, to 135 to 140. So... yeah. My doctor's like, what are you doing? Stop eating so late at night. And then I find myself eating super late at night, you know? And I'm like, excuse me, doc, but when I'm hungry, bro. It never used to matter. Like, I was the type of person that I could eat anything at any given time, no matter what, and I wouldn't gain. I would lose weight because I had an overactive whatever. But I also have lupus, so, like, my hormones are wacky. And, well, I went through menopause, and now that I'm, like, out of, like, kind of menopause, now I have, like, I don't know, what do they call that? They call it, like, menopause something. Hi, Josh! And so, yeah. Not that you guys need to know that or anything, but, yeah. Look at the mini stars. We love our mini stars. Doo-doo. Look, these are going to be great when we do the black and the white and the silver. I'm so excited. I feel weird. Oh, I forgot one. What the heck? I feel weird because I never had to really worry about, like, my weight in that regard, you know? And so... and don't take this the wrong way. I'm coming at it from, like, my point of view, you know? Like, so, don't anybody get mad at me. I'm just talking about my experience here. And if you get mad, well, sorry, I wasn't trying to make nobody mad. I'm just talking about myself. That's it. But, yeah. So I was a little... Oh, shit, that's orange. You know, I was a little beside myself, you know what I mean? It's just like, ah. So I've been kind of dealing with that a little bit, because I went from wearing a size 00 all the way up to a 6. And I'm like, ugh. Because now I have so many clothes that don't fit no more, you know? And it's like, what do I do with them all? Do I get rid of them? Or am I actually going to lose the weight so I hold on to them? You know what I mean? So, like, yesterday I was like, oh, I don't know. I don't want to get rid of them. And then I lose a bunch of weight because I'm out of the menopause shit. And I end up going back down. And then I don't have no more clothes. And all my clothes are too big, you know? Hey, I'm just being real with y'all. Hi, Amy. How are you? The only one we have is this here. We definitely need us some flowers. But, yeah. No! Today's been a day, y'all. But it's okay, because it's a good day. We just have a few purple flowers in there now. We have a purple star. A purple flower. Another purple flower. There we go. I think I got them. Sure did. Nice. But yeah. I think a lot of people, sometimes they just get mad when you talk about stuff like that. But I'm only talking about myself. I'm not talking about anything. Or, you know what I mean? Or anybody else in that regard. I like these little flowers. They look really cute on the nail, too. When you put the flowers in, like, they look so cute. And I really like them. I was really, really freaking excited. I went down to the gas station, got some gas and stuff. And he was like, you ain't got your nails on. I was like, well, last time I was here, you weren't here. He was like, shh. He was like, I had other obligations. I said, well, my obligation is to show you my nails, and you weren't here. So, I was like, I'll be here later. But I won't have my nails on, but I'll bring you my nails. I'll show you them. I think it's cool that, you know what I mean? He likes my nails. I mean, because you'd never think, you know what I mean? I go to the same gas station I went for about 5 years. So I know, you know what I mean? I know them all there. So, you know, they always... The first time I ever went in there, it was really funny. They were like, whoa. They were so taken back. They had never seen nails, like, actually out in public that long. So it was really funny. He was like, you do them all the time? Well, of course. It's just what I do. Back then, this wasn't my job. Now this is my job. For the most part. Anyway, it's enough of that shit. I ain't got the time for that. I know, it's not. Keep your old clothes for 1 year. Okay, good. It is very... Hi, Candy. How are you? If I miss somebody, I'm sorry. But yes, the menopause struggle is real, y'all. It really is. Now, granted, it's been going on... oh my gosh. I got it when I was 22. Went full-blown menopause by the time I was that. And was in it for a full... Oh my gosh, like, long time, guys. Like, I just now got to a point where, like, I'm not, how do you want to call that? Like, I'm not in that, oh my gosh. You know, I have hot flashes here and there and stuff like that, but I don't have what I used to. You know what I'm saying? Like, before it would make me really sick, and the greatest thing about menopause is the fact that you don't have to worry about a period anymore, or hurting, or being sick in that regard. And I would constantly be sick all the time. And now I have to deal with that with my daughter, which sucks, but really nothing, you know what I mean? It is what it is. So we're getting her checked for everything because endometriosis on top of lupus, you know what I mean? On top of all that, it's just like my hormones and shit was going whack. And so, yeah, after I had that at 22, it threw me into not only menopause, you know what I mean, but I was also facing what is that called? Postpartum depression and stuff. So I was going through, my body was going through it, man. But luckily, the last five-ish years, it's been okay. It's not been bad. I've not really had to deal with a lot other than gaining weight this last year, and for whatever reason, I don't know why I'm gaining weight this last year, to be honest with you. I don't know why it's so different than any of the other years. I really don't know why. I really don't. I don't know what the difference is, but between this year and last, you know. But it's a thing, and yeah, I'm just trying to like deal with it, you know. But you know, when you have lupus and everything goes haywire, then you're kind of like, oop, you know. So you don't know if it's the lupus or the actual whatchamacallit. So sometimes it's hard, but then other times you're like, yeah. You know what I mean? Alrighty daddy. We got some of this guy right here. And then we have this guy here. What am I doing? Oh yeah, I gotta open that, don't I? The best thing about, yeah, right? Ooh, lip smacking nails. Hi, J-Rob. Hi, insolvent. Hello, would you rather be able to speak any language or be able to communicate with any animal? I'd rather to communicate with any animal. I will pick that every time. I wish I could communicate. I mean, I kind of can, but I just know what my pets like. I know their mannerisms and stuff like that, if that makes sense. So I think for me, it's a bit different, but I've always been a kitty mom, but I also like dogs and stuff like that. But yeah, it is one thing I would pick is to... Good grief, that thing. Okay, so let's get us some foils in here, everybody. Now, these are the foils that fly up your nostrils, you know. Alright, is that it? Nope, this is the last one. This is the last one. We're only going to take a few out of here, guys. We're not going to go cray-cray with these, but this is the last glitters. Isn't that crazy? I told you I didn't have nearly as much of these as I do. Is that green or is that yellow? Okay. Yep. Mr. Yellow, come to me. I do love the way that these stars look on the nail, though. Alright, can you guys see? Okay. So, yeah, I just been kind of dealing with that, you know? But I kind of, like I was saying, I kind of have, like, a little bit of these. I call them manic episodes, almost. And, yeah, it's been a little cray-cray. I'm not sure that's the right word to, you know what I mean, to call them or anything, but it's probably not the right word to call them, you know? But for the most part, I mean, my body is okay. It doesn't hurt like it used to, you know? Sometimes it does, just depends on the day. But once, like, it starts getting cold, that's when my body hates me. And I'm like, no, please don't. Please don't do this to me, you know? Come on, you freaker. We got shit to do. We got shit to do and places to go, baby. Ooh. Alright. That's it. That's it. Just a few out of each one. Oh. I mean, I'm definitely glad I don't have a period anymore, though. Sorry, TMI, but it's my channel, and yeah. So, but I do send my love to the ones who have to deal with a period, because that shit sucks. I tell everybody, if you can get a hysterectomy and get your hormones right, I would do it. In a heartbeat. In a freaking heartbeat. That's just me. Yeah, my spicy brain. Like yesterday, I started on one thing and was in the middle of that one thing. And then I would be in the middle of that one thing, go start something else, and then go back to that one, and then start something else, and then go back to that, and then, you know what I mean? So that's just how my brain has always been, though. I don't know why. Hubby hates it when I do it. He's like, just start to finish it. And I'm like, I can't. That's just how my brain is. Like, what do you want me to do? You know? Like, seriously, what am I supposed to do? It's just the way my brain's always been. A lot of people don't like it, but it is what it is, everybody. You know? Butterflies. I think just the butterflies. Yep. And then we are done. Let's get some yellow butterflies. And then we can mix. I wish I had some of those big butterflies that we have, that we were able to put in the other ones. I so love those bigger butterflies, you guys. Like, they are some of my favorite type of paper glitters. Because that's what they are, is paper glitter. Still a glitter, but paper. And I will just pick the ones I have in my hand, and then that's it. Oop. Oh my gosh, come on. Is that it? Yep. Alrighty, that's it, y'all. That's the last glitter. So, even though I made a complete freaking mess, my goodness. Alright, I'm gonna put everything in here, and then I don't have enough yellow glitter, I'm telling you. This is what it looks like. Come in my pot of yellow glitter, everybody. Oh, she's gorgeous, darling. Alright. I'm just gonna throw all this in here, and so I have some freaking room. I'm kind of excited to see what it actually looks like, though, because it's massively not as big as the other ones, so. Okay. Is that it? That is it, everybody. Okay. Look at the mess. And I forgot I moved my camera like that. Look, it is gorgeous, though. Alright, I'm going to do the big spoon, and we're going to mix. I'm going to do the waterfall of color. Oh my gosh. Oh, this one might just be my freaking favorite, guys. Yeah, this one might be my favorite. The way that that iridescent overshines that hollow. And then you have the flakies in there. And the flakies really give it that, like, garbage glitter look. I call it garbage glitter look. Oh, yeah. Dude. We have a lot more bigger glitters than I thought, you know? Alrighty dighty. Let's put that on there for now. Move everything. We only need our spoons. Move that guy. Let's freaking do this. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna take this guy. Woo! So that way I can put it in my thing. Give me one sec, y'all. Woo! I'm excited to see it on the nail. How about y'all? Are you excited for it to go on the nail? Because I literally have glitter all freaking over. Come on. So I have my glitter I had from the other day. So I'm just putting that on the glitter I had the other day. So it's all together. And then I can just pour all that into my... Okay. I just wanted to get all that little tiny sparkle off there. Because I didn't want to do a new one. I didn't want to lay down a new one when I can reuse this one, you know. Alright, here is our sparkle. That is what she looks like, everybody. So I feel like going on the nail is going to be awesome. Here is this guy. Right here. My jars haven't came in yet, but they're supposed to be here, I think, Wednesday? They take forever. Alright, so I'm going to actually do 2.5 scoops of acrylic powder. 1. 2.5. Okay. Like I said before, if we need more, we shall put more in there. Alright, we're going to use our big spoon so we can get a lot of the big glitters and the, like, shimmery shit too. Okay, that's a lot of shimmer. I need shimmer and big glitters. Oh yeah, that's gonna be gorgeous. Let me get some more big glitters. Okay, let me grab some of this shimmer. Oop, that might be too much, y'all. I grabbed a lot of bigger glitters. This one's definitely going to be way bigger and, excuse me, in the glitter consistency here. So I'm trying to grab some, like, smaller esques of the shimmers. Because you have to make room for that, guys. You can't just shove it in there or anything like that, because you have to have room for it, or you're not going to have enough clear. And I think I went overboard. Hi, Kathy. It's not enough yellow, man. I had oh, you had medically induced menopause at 45. Damn. Yeah, they seem to not want to believe you, which is freaking weird. Hi, Jocelyn. I know, right? Men should. There's so many big ones in here. I want to make sure that I'm shaking it like super, super duper. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I still see some white right there, so I know there's no way I'm going to be able to add any more clear to that. Oh, maybe so. Yeah, we definitely need more clear for sure. But let's see if I can just really make sure it's mixed in that center. Oh yeah, this one's gonna be gorgeous, y'all. Definitely gonna be gorgeous. We do have a good ratio of glitter though, or glitter to acrylic, I would say. But what I'm gonna do is add just a hint of glitter, or a hint of clear, just to give us a nice working okay. That should be just enough. Just looking at it, I know whether it can or can't, so let's flatten that out. Oh yeah, we're right at the rim on that one. Let's push that back in there. Okay. Alright. Now you can make these at home, guys. You can do this at home with what you have, with your clear acrylic, and it doesn't have to cost you thousands and thousands of dollars, or, you know what I mean? Unless you want like a specific glitter or something like that, then it's different, but yeah, really shake it good, guys. Shake, shake, shake. Shake, shake, shake. Shake your sugar. You know? Did anybody have anything wonderful happen today? I'm blessed that you guys are here. Thank you. Shout out to the 29 of you guys that are in here. I appreciate it so very, very much. Thank you for the likes as well. Oh, yeah. Freaking perfect. Your girl knows how to fucking do it, I'm telling you. Yep. And then before you go to swatch or put it on the nail, do this and get it all, like, you know, mushed around, because you've seen all that glitter that was on top. Mush it around like this before you go pick up a bead, and you'll have better luck with it instead of picking up just all glitter. That is another tip. That is a really good tip for that. Alright, let's do this. Let's swatch, baby. I think I'm missing something. What am I missing? I feel like I'm missing something. Am I? No. I don't know. I don't know if I'm missing something, but I feel like I'm missing something, guys. Not really sure why. Pour your monomer out. We're not gonna need, we're not gonna need too much until we get to the nail portion. Okay. That is clean monomer, so we're gonna take our, and YouTube actually linked these paper towels so that way you guys could grab them, which I thought was kind of cool. I don't know if you guys care for that or not, but I thought that was kind of cool. Why do I have a retarded hair? Anyway. Any hoozle? I just keep feeling like there's something in the middle, but there's not, because my hairs aren't sticking. They're really nice and soft, so I'm not quite sure why my brush is folding in half here. You see that split? You see that split, you guys? In the middle right there? It's like split my brush in half. It's literally split my brush in half. You see that? There's nothing in there. There's literally nothing in there. I don't understand. So yeah, I'm not sure why it's doing that, but it is completely clean. Anybody else know why it's doing that? There's literally nothing in there. I think YouTube is broken. I don't think so. Hi, Kathy. Hi, Otter. Yeah, I don't mind. Why is it doing that? Alright, well, I loved this brush. It was going relatively nice. I'm not sure why it's doing that, guys. But let's see what this guy does. See, there's nothing in it. I literally have nothing in my brush. But the middle of it, it's like I have something in it, but I don't. It's going right through the brush. See that? It's going right through the entire thing. Oh, maybe I do. This little comb is a really good way to see if you have any down here in the center of your brush. Huh. It's not sticking. It's not nothing. Alright, well, let's see. Alright, here's one thing I usually don't tell anybody to do, but I'm going to do it just to see if it works. So if you guys are in that predicament, I'm going to take this acetone, and I mean just a tiny, tiny bit, and I'm just going to, like, get my brush wet with it. And I'm going to take it off immediately, but it's enough to, like, soak the bristles, but you do not let it sit in acetone, guys, at all. And then you want to refresh it with your monomer. I'm just going to do that just to see if that broke that up at all. All I saw was sparkles in there, so I don't quite know. And you want to be gentle. Gentle with your brush, guys. Okay? It's going right through it, look. Right through it. I have nothing in there. So I'm you know what? We're just going to use it and see what happens. I know. I don't typically do that, but I had to see if that was the issue, that I had stuff in there. But yeah, I always just use monomer. I literally always just use monomer. But for some reason, this brush is doing that, and I don't know why. There's nothing in it. Woo! And then I do that. So, I don't know. Let's use it and see what happens. Stop looking around, Crystal. What am I doing? Oh, yeah. Okay, let's do this. Can you guys see? Oh, I think how about that? Does that look good? Remember, you always want to put it on the dominant side of you. Oh, that is going to be so gorgeous, you guys. Focus. Oh my gosh. See how it goes on? You have enough powder to glitter ratio. Now, if anything, if it would have fallen off my brush, you would not have had enough acrylic per se. So now you're just going to keep it on the nail, but you're going to pat and you're going to pull at the same time. Keep your side in. And you don't want your brush to get too dry. And you want to clean it every single time you hit the brush on the acrylic. Pat that side in. Oh, that's pretty. Look at that. That is so gorgeous. I hate these big ass. Oh my goodness. Alright, melt that bead up into that bead we just laid. Make sure the glitters stay on the nail. Push this big thick guy in. And anything that's coming off the side, push that baby in. And you're going to pat it all together. And then you're going to pull. It's still a tiny bit dry, so once I do the swatch and stuff, I'll be able to add more clear. Just a tiny bit of clear. We don't need a lot of clear, just a little bit more clear. That was a lot for that bottom part. Whoop. Now when you have, like, what I just did, most of that clear was on the bottom, and the glitter was on the top, so you kind of got to maneuver it on the sides. because you got really thick glitters. And you don't want them to stay down at this little thing right here, but you can always put them up here and pat them in, just like so. Clean your brush. Take your excess, come down with it, fix it. See that star hanging out? We don't have a lot of acrylic there. But most of the time, if you have big glitters, pat them in before it dries. That way it helps you kind of keep that in the center of the nail. It keeps your structure good. Now, this right here, as you can see where that star is, you would have to add some there. But your clear will basically fit pretty much, you know, it'll give you the structure that you need. Because you definitely don't want to build the nail with it. You want to just give it a nice layer of glitter. For now, I'm just going to leave it like that and be fine. So, I'm going to take this star and I'm just going to maneuver them. Oop. There we go. Just kind of fill in that space so we get that nice chunky look. Yeah, not quite sure why my brush is doing that, but there it is. And this is what it looks like in regular. But see, this is green for me, but it's showing red for you, or orange, or whatever. But it's very gorgeous, especially on this side. Hold on. I'm trying to show it like I see it. There we go. It's blurry, but I want you to see, like, there's like pink, a little bit of pinks and purples coming in through that. Hi, Angel. Hi, Christine. Hello, everybody. This is really gorgeous. We have a bunch of purples, pinks, as well as greens. I really like it. I think I might like that one a lot. All right. Now we're going to do it on the nail. Oh, that's what I forgot. The freaking nail. What the heck? All right. I'm going to clean my brush, though. I got to grab the nail. Make sure after you're done, guys, clean your brush out before you go into the next color. Well, right now we're fine because we're using the same color, so, but still, clean your brush out so that way you can also tame your brush at the same time. Okay. Let me grab my nails. I thought I had taken them out, but I guess I did not. Alright, here we go. Number 5 is what we gotta use in our little finger guy. There we go. Let's do this. Alright, let me put some more in. Hi, everybody. Looks like a honeybee. Yeah. If I miss somebody. Janetta, hello. Luxe Lemon Cream. Ooh. If I missed somebody, my bad. Yes, please be respectful. If you're new in here, hi. It's nice to meet you. My name is Sugar. And where's my cap? My name is Sugar, and we are now... we created a custom acrylic powder. Went from a glitter to now an acrylic powder. And now we just swatched it. Now we're going to do a nail. Because I'm going to put all of these on like a nail board. So I found this really cool thing that I can put all my nails on. I want to do all these like in a nice shrine in my room. So, alright, let's kind of mix this up a little bit more here so we can get a good amount of everything. Just like so. Alright, let's do this. Ready? Or do you want me to zoom in? Or does it look good? Okay, love, no worries. I'm almost trying to be done. Alright, let's get it wet. Everybody, Lori has a live. And I tried to go as fast as I could. But if you'd like to go to Lori's live, go check her out as well. Look at that. Yeah, this one is definitely chunkier than the others. But that's no problem. Clean the brush, tap the sides. And then we're going to fold this to the center. And then I'm going to pull that down just a little bit so we don't have a bunch stacked on each other. And we can see everything. So I'm going to pat that down as much as possible. You want to keep your sides in, guys. And like, you see how this key is sticking out? You want to pat it in and move it to where it's not going to stick out on the side. And that'll help. So yeah, what I thought wasn't going to be a thick, chunky nail is actually more chunkier than the other colors, to be honest with you. I bring it to I fold the sides up like that to bring it to the middle to kind of wet even the inside of where those chunky glitters are. Alright, let's blend that bead up. Clean the sides, clean our brush. Bring it down. I'm going to do this one a little bit on the thinner side so I can actually see everything. And then we can go in and put glitters where we need them to go. But pat those in, especially along the outer side. Your clear is going to take care of your structure, guys. But look, oh, that is gorgeous. Yeah, for sure, this one is my favorite by far. And I kind of want that CC to be on top there, so I'm just gonna pull this up, bring this to the center. We're gonna pull that up. And then we're gonna melt that up. We're melting that bead up, baby. And then I'm gonna pull this down. Ooh, look, we got some lips in that one. Keeping that side nice and clean. I really do hope that this helps somebody when you're working with big chunky glitters like that. I mean, it's just a matter of paying attention to where you're placing not only just the bead, but where the chunky glitters are as well, especially on the side. So, hi everybody. Hi, Only Remy. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Hi, Celeste. South Africa? Hi. That is freaking awesome. Thank you for being here. Cape Town. Nice. I've heard of that, but I've never been there. That is so cool. Thank you. But this color, like in person, you guys, this color is just look how I'm bringing those thicker glitters up to the center, into the center of that bead like that, so I can melt them and get them going on the nail. That's what you want to do when you have a bead full of chunky glitters. And then once you melt it and bring it up the nail, that's when you're able to see all those glitters kind of come to life. You know what I mean? Which is one of my favorite parts when I am like doing my application with like thick glitters like this. It's literally one of my favorite parts about doing acrylic. And you still want to make sure your structure is quite flat in terms of you don't want to build the nail too much. You know what I mean? You don't want it to be super thick, guys, because your clear is going to be your structure base. Oh my. Okay. That was a very wet bead. And because that was a wet bead, I can now manipulate it to bring it up the sides to melt that up into where we want it. And then you can pat. If it's super wet, pat it. Don't drag it. because you will bring that off the nail. So you want to keep it as equal as you can. It doesn't have to be that prominent. I'm just like, how do I want to say that? Oh my gosh. I used to pull it completely off the nail, and then I would have like all these open areas and it would drive me bonkers. So like right now we have kind of that lower end area right here. It's fine because once we put that other bead on, it's going to actually fill that in for us. Ooh, look at the moon. Yes. All right, manipulate those. Bring your sides in. Clean your brush and then pull it up. Same thing. Pull it up. Melt that bead in. Make sure your sides are good. Now we're going to kind of pull and pat. Pull and pat. Pull and pat. We want that star to stay there. Pull and pat. Keep your side in. And then I'm going to show you what I do when it comes to having some areas like this that we need a little bit more thicker, chunkier glitters. So I just need this little tiny corner, right? So I'm going to take the corner of my brush, grab a little bit here, and we're going to maneuver that nicely into that corner here. So there's at least something there, you know, kind of like this corner. There's at least something there. Nice. All right. Now this one's got the really nice gold flakies in it. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing. Let's grab a little bit here. And I'm actually going to take this big glitter out because I just want this little bit to kind of fill in this corner. So the entire nail tip is actually filled. Because I feel better when my nail tip is actually filled corner to corner. That's just me though. And then I'm going to pat those glitters in. You want to pat those glitters in really, really nicely, guys. Yeah, dude. It's looking beautiful. I'm going to keep pulling from the middle. Bring this to the center. And then you want it to go to the side, to the side. I'm going to pull this down just a tiny bit. And then I'm going to pull it up just a tiny bit. Now, you don't want to pull it up too much because you don't want to lose what I just, you know, you want it to go all the way to the edge. But you don't want to like have big super duper humps in the center here. So let me bring this guy back up. And the less that you do here, like the better you do here, the less you got to do with your clear. So that's going to give you a really nice... Oh god, that is gorgeous. Ooh, this one's my favorite, you guys. Absolute my favorite. Hands down. This is my favorite. Alright, so I'm going to grab another one that has a lot more glitter in it, in terms of bigger, chunkier glitters here. Clean my brush. Bring it to the side. And then I'm going to actually fade it up a little bit here. And then I'm going to pull down. Literally, I'm just lightly pulling that down. Enough to blend that bead into that next, the bead that we just laid. So I'm going to pull that down though, because I don't want humps and spaces, if that makes sense. And then you're just going to kind of boop, doop, 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 with your brush. And then kind of once it starts to polymerize, you're able to really push those glitters in so they're not sticking out the side. Nice. Now this is a little bit more chunky up at the top here, which I'm not mad at. I'll get to the chat in just a second, guys. Same thing here. But this time we're going to pull this up. Clean my brush. Now I'm going to push this side up and up and up. I'm going to pull it all the way to the side. And now I'm going to blend Get all the way to the side and you're going to blend that down. Blend that down. Make sure it's going all the way to the side and to the top. Now I'm just going to use my brush to kind of push that a little bit because there's more thicker glitters than there is acrylic. And what happens when that happens is you can get air pockets underneath there, and you don't want that. So I hope that makes sense. Hi everybody. Excuse me. So all I'm going to do is take my brush, and I'm not going to do a super wet bead, but I'm going to take a little bit from the middle here. Take some of that off, but I want to push the more of the clear glittery part up into this little, now this would be considered my cuticle, but I have a little hole up here that I have to put in there, if you will. So it's a bit different for this little finger than anything, but I'm still going to do the same thing where we melt that bead down. But on a nail, you wouldn't go up that high. I just wanted to make sure I get all the way up to that cuticle area to make it look really nice and flush. Nice. And then put that guy there. Alright, guys, we got her all the way to the side. See, she's not too bad. And she's full of beautiful glitters all the way around. Now, I do realize it's a lot thinner here and here. So, if you like that, cool. But if you realize you have more here and more here, but you don't have a lot here, just go in and kind of grab you a little bit of a bead. You don't need a lot. And you're going to take this and you're going to fill in the area with your bigger, chunkier glitters. And then that's going to give you a little bit more of a layered look. So that way, let's bring this green one up here. So that way it's kind of filled in, but like you didn't have to put a bunch of freaking clear or a bunch of, you know what I mean, acrylic there. And you still have a good amount of now, if I wanted, I could add more right here, just a tiny, tiny bit. So I'm going to take all that out of my brush. Oh, look, we got some scissors. I don't want that on there. I just am going to grab a smidgen of the actual glitter, the small shimmer glitter. And we're going to just fill that nice little area in. Blend it together. Do. And there we go. We filled her in. Now she's filled in quite nicely. This side's good. Alright. And then if you wanted to add, say you wanted to add, this little heart or this star or whatever the case may be, in certain place, you know what I mean? Just tap it and go. Tap it in. Doot. And it'll stick. And then take the star and we'll put this guy right here. And it just kind of gives it so it looks a little bit more chunky effect when in fact you only added a glitter. You know what I mean? I'm going to take a little bit of this right here and just wet, like you want to do wet. And I'm going to take this guy and put him over here since we need a little bit more of like a chunkier bit there. There we go. Now I have the CC right there, which I'm going to grab another. I'm going to try to grab an LV. Okay, there we go. Here's an LV. Let's put an LV on there just because we need it. And trying to figure out where I want to put this LV. So we have a CC right there. So I'm going to take this LV I'm going to take a little bit of this, so that way it can melt itself into that. And I like my stuff catty-cornered. And what I'm going to do is clean it off a little bit. We're going to catty-corner the LV. Like so. You guys know how I am. I'm going to let that kind of bond to that a little bit. And then we're going to use our little baggie to do the things we needed to do. You can use a baggie. You can use anything. Make sure it's not like moving. Alright, we're good. Now take your baggie and just pop that baby on there like so. So that way it doesn't want to come off when you go to click clear cap. Hi Dorothy. Hello Laura. Hi everybody. Thank you. I love you guys. Shout out to everybody here. It's nice to meet you. If you're new, my name is Sugar and we made this entire mix with every single piece of yellow glitter that I own. I'm serving up tips and tricks along the way. Alright, there she is. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to wet this with my monomer. Clean my brush, of course. But I'm going to clean my LV off a little bit. Because I really, really, really want to see that LV move while I do this. You know what I mean? While I move my nail. I want it to be nice. And you know, it just took all of that off. My monomer just took all that off and now it's like a gold, like not a gold color. But it's still there. It's still maneuvered. That is our nail. We're going to let her dry. I think that is probably my favorite glitter. So far, this one's my favorite. Absolutely. Okay, I'm just going to take this guy and push him down. Let him dry, push him down. We'll clear cap, file just a little bit, and then put the top coat on. There we go. You can use a bag, you can use clear cellophane. It's totally up to you guys, but it does work either or. So think of a name. Don't just use paper to hold the glitter down, y'all. Yeah. And don't just use your brush either, because your brush will get sticky and stick to it. Use it for a little bit, but when I say anything, I mean anything that is cellophane or plastic. Like a plastic bag or a cellophane piece that goes over your stickers, like stuff like that. So, sorry, that's what I meant by that. Alright, there's my brush. We're going to fold this guy up. So, I hope the little tips and tricks also help as well. Here is that matte. Looks really, really nice. I really like it a lot. And these are the colors we've done. They're all in a playlist. So if you are new here, everybody, all of these are in the playlist. I also have the videos of me picking these colors out in a playlist as well. The yellow and the orange are exporting at the current moment, and they're taking forever. So whenever they're done, they'll be up at some point tonight. Alright, I'm going to grab my little baggie. And you also want to make sure that if you're dealing with acrylic, you have an open window. You're not doing it in front of your, like, animals. The good thing, the best thing to do is not to do acrylic, like, and I say if you can't help it, you can't help it, but make sure there is a direct line of air coming in. So that way, because your cats and your dogs, their smell is way more potent than us as humans, and so it really is different for them. And so always keep that in mind. And I always make sure I have a fan in my window that is blowing out, so it's taking the smell outside, as well as I have an air purifier right next to me that can do like 1,800 square feet or some shit like that. So do get an air purifier, because that's going to be your best friend when you're doing acrylic. Promise. Alright. I am excited. We still have quite a fit. I think I can get 2 out of this one. So I'll probably end up just making a couple collections of this. So that way we can, you know. I'm going to clean the brush. I really like this brush. And I like how the beads come out. But yeah, the first 2 times I used this brush, it didn't do that. But it's all good in the hood. There's nothing in there. Like, if it's in there, I would feel it. And your brush wouldn't fan out like that. There's nothing in there. So, anyway. Any hoozle. I'm going to get rid of this and clean out my little jar. And the reason why I do that is because the clear, I want it to be super nice and clean. Typically, I wouldn't want to do that. However, I'm going to because I really want this to be nice and clear. So I'm going to pour that out, clean this, get all that glitter out of there. Boop. That's why I love these guys. Love it. They are linked. Well, YouTube added them to my shopping thing, so that was kind of cool. I don't know if you guys like that or not, but I didn't do it. YouTube did. You finally got one? Woohoo! Bramble! I'm so excited! I'm so glad! Have you tried it at all? Yes. After we finish all the colors in the series, we'll be doing an entire 10-piece nail set. Woo! Yes, you can do this on an actual nail. Absolutely. Alright, clean. And then, we're gonna, since I just did that, I'm gonna take this out. She's still a little sticky. So, I'm just gonna put her in there like that. Clean off my nail. This finger I got off Amazon, you guys. And it's one of the best fingers. I like the brand of finger, or like the silicone, they made it like realistic, right? But it's not that like silicone that's like really super thin and flimsy, and you can just tell that it's thin and flimsy, you know? You know what I mean? You can just tell that it's not that. And I also have the same brand in my practice hand as well. And they're very high quality, and I found it on Amazon for 30 bucks. Ooh, they were originally, I think, 60, and I got it for 30 on sale. 30 or 40, something like that, for my hand. But this was only, I think this one was 19, but it was on sale as well. So, it was pretty nice, actually. There could be some acrylic up in the ferrule. So just soak it in monomer with a drop acetone and wipe it a few times, and then roll to a point. That should fix the split. Okay, love. I need to get a nicer one, but I do have a small one. Oh, nice. Yeah, I did do a little bit of acetone. It did help this part a little bit better than what it was. It's not as, like, beveled. But, yeah, it's splitting down the middle. It's like the brush is like this. Even though it's together, it's still splitting like this. Like, right split down the middle of the inside of the brush, which is weird. Because I don't think I've had any do that before, but... Oh, you haven't tried it yet? Okay. That's alright. You got this, girl. So, this is pretty much done. The sides aren't basically that done, but it's done for the most part. So I'm gonna stick her back in here, and we're gonna clear cap this baby. Now, if we wanted to go the route of not clear capping this, you could clear cap in oh my gosh, in clear builder or hard gel. You can absolutely do that as well. But yeah, but do you guys want me to do it just in top coat so we can see the color, or do you want me to actually finish it out like all the other ones? Because I know that Lori is live, and so I don't want to take away from anything or anybody. And typically we clear cap and do all that. It's called forking. Oh, okay. Well, you learn something new every day. Thank you. Ugh, my goodness. So we've only been on here. Look, I did that within an hour and 44 minutes, you guys. Wow. Oh, that's the fastest I've ever done an entire glitter mix into an acrylic mix onto a swatch and then onto the actual freaking nail. That was pretty damn good, I might add. Okay, love. I like showing you guys the application, like, in terms of, because I feel like there's always different people watching, too. You have the same, but you also have different people watching at the same time on different lives. So I feel like if I do the same thing, then that way, you know what I mean? Like, if they're only in here for this one, then they can still see it. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. Alright. We got our clean monomer. We have our clear. Alright. Does that look good? Everybody good? I'm going to stick this guy right here. Let's do this. So, oh shit, hold on. Here. Oh yeah, that's gonna look bomb diggity, you guys. Oh my god. Definitely going to look amazing. Oops. Now, I don't necessarily do big, huge, what do you want to call them? Beads, but I'm going to let gravity do its thing, but I'm also going to push it to the side and thin that top of that bead out. Alright, I'm going to pull this down. Bring that all the way to the side, and then we're going to pull that down like so. Yep, that was nice. That filled in quite nicely. And then, obviously, you want to make sure it gets nice and shiny. There are some that don't get nice and shiny. I'm going to bring up those sides just like I did prior with the glitter. And then I'm going to pat it to the side. And you don't want it falling down the sides either. So let's bring that up. Melt that bead up. Clean that brush. Make sure she's leveled really nicely. Nice. Now, I know for a fact that this is actually coating every single glitter. Literally, it's making it all one. So it's bringing it together and you're not having a bunch of dips and all that. So I do a little bit of a like non-thick bead, but I still get it done without getting it super thick, if that makes sense. Hi, little mama. Same thing here. We're going to take this guy. And you want to make sure you're getting your bubbles out too, guys. Okay? Bring that to the side. Make sure it's nice and bubbles are popped. Then you're going to go in because I still have monomer in the ferrule of my brush. So I'm going to pull it up, clean the brush, and then we're going to take and we're going to pull that down just a hair. Clean your brush. Now you don't want to, you want to like kind of do it lightly because we don't want to take that completely off the nail. The goal is to make sure you don't have a bunch of acrylic on your napkin. If you do, that's fine, right? That's totally fine. But the one thing is to make sure, the goal is to make sure you don't have a bunch of acrylic on your napkin. And that you're filling in any of the spaces that you got. And you're not pushing down so hard that the glitters are coming out the bottom. There we go. Nice. Now I will have some that are kind of sticking out a little bit. But what I'm going to do is I'll go back in with a very light bead. Clean our brush. Bring this up to the center. Pull this up and melt that bead in. Just like that last one. right? And now I'm going to lightly just kind of pull it down the nail, clean my brush as I go. And then you can pull it back up if you need. You can pull up and back down to kind of fill in certain little areas that may have gotten oh, how do you want to call that? Let's bring our side in here. And make sure your sides are being brought in as well and you're not coming out with big old humps on the side of the nail. Because the humps that you put on the side of your nail is going to give you a lot of problem. That was a shitty ass bead, but we're going to use it. Even though it was a shitty bead, we can still use it. We'll just have to add another kind of bead to the bottom of the nail here. Not too much, because I'm not really taking that off the nail. And then I'm going to take this and make sure I'm coming down that edge in that corner. So that way I know it's fully encapsulated. But we don't have like a super hump here, if that makes sense. So I'm going to cap that off like so. And I just pushed it like a goofball. So if you're not careful and you put your brush through it like I just did, well, now I gotta bring it back down over the edge. And then really make sure, because you don't want those edges to be thick in terms of the side. And there we go. She's encapsulated. Now, typically, I want to make sure I am... What is the word that I am, guys? Where I'm a little... I just fidget. Alright, we're going to put this right over this bigger glitter. I'm going to make sure it goes all the way to the side. Hold that nail downward and let gravity kind of do its thing. And then we're going to pull that down so it blends in with the bead that we just laid. Clean your brush. And the goal is to make it nice and blended together and not super thick up here either. Although that's where your apex goes. Like I said before, I'm not going to do an apex right now. I'm just going to clear cap it. I will check the chat in just a second, guys. Okay, so I want this to be nice and structured. I'm going to pull this down. Pull it over and down right off the corner of that bead without trying to put my freaking brush through it. There we go. Nice. Nicely blended. There we go. Beautiful. Beautiful. Dun, dun, dun. I have a little humpity hump right there. Ooh, got it. Nice. There we go. Perfect. That. Alrighty, we're almost done. I'm going to fill the top here. I'm going to do another, not a big bead, but more or less. We're going to go 1, 2. Take some of that out. We're going to put this guy here. And I'm going to guide the clear to the side all the way. And I'm going to push it up. Push it up. Now, like I said, on this one, I'm going to pull that down just a little bit so I can melt that bead down. Yeah. Clean that brush. And now I'm going to take my brush and go along the edge so I can tuck that in. I'm just doing this because of how this nail is. Shitballs Batman. I just took that off the nail. That is not what I wanted to do. I took it completely off the nail there, but... Alright, I have this little area right there. It needs to make sure I have some clear, and I'm going to push that all the way to the side. You don't want to push in so hard that it makes an indent either, guys. Alright, I'm just going to do a tiny little middle bead right there. Blend that in. There we go. Clean that off. And there we go. She's fully encapsulated, everybody. Just make sure you check your sides as well, because sometimes you can do your sides and you don't get the side all the way. And I'm pretty sure I'm golden. I don't need to do nothing. Nice. That was a nice one too. I'm gonna clean my Z-brush. Now you want to make sure you are gonna have a little bit of clear, guys, in your monomer, okay? So I'm gonna do it from the side like this, so I'm not touching the bottom where all that gunk is. There's not a lot, but there's some. What happened? Is there? Yes, there is glow in this one. There's actually quite a bit in this one. Lizmar, hello, how are you? Hi, everybody. I still like washing because it helps us who aren't great with acrylic yet. Also, yeah. It's one of my favorite parts, to be honest with you guys. Like, I know that the ferrule of this brush, like, I don't know. I'll make sure to clean it and clean it and clean it until I can get it to not do that no more. Because, like, if I do it like this, you know what I mean? It's now doing it. Ooh, what the hell is that? I get these stupid little bugs that come in from my window. Get out of here. Get. Did I get it? No. Oh, God. Anyway. So, yeah. It's basically clean. There's nothing in there. It's not sticky. It's not dirty. I don't know. Who knows? Sugar, this nail is beautiful. Thank you, my lovely. Let's pour this guy out. Clean this so we can get going. Alrighty dighty, everybody. Anything that has to deal with monomer, I'll clean this out, and this guy will go with that guy into my little, how do you want to say that? And you guys can also, you will be able to tell how much clear you have in your little dish or your big dish. You will be able to see how much clear is actually sitting at the bottom, because each time you pick up a bead into your clear, if it is not clean enough, then that bead, whatever is left on your brush, goes right back into the monomer. So then it goes right to the bottom, and then you dip your brush in, and it's like a never-ending cycle. Obviously, you'll still have some in there, but if you keep an eye on that, and you really try to make sure that you're cleaning your brush over and over and over again, it'll help you a lot more consciously to be able to do that, you know what I mean, in your brain while you're doing it. You'll be able to kind of check and gauge what your, how much you have in your dish, how much you have on your towel, you know what I mean? And once you start doing that, it kind of is one of them things where once you start doing it, then you're constantly doing it, you know what I mean? So yeah, we haven't done a name. We just got done with the, oh God, don't do that either, where your thing gets caught on your, your whatever. So I'm going to set this, lock that, so she doesn't fall over. Alright, dude. She does have to dry, but what are you going to do? What names? are we doing? I don't remember all the names that were said up earlier. Anybody else? This was awesome. Thank you, guys. Shout out to the 16 who are still in here. I appreciate it. We are using the Acrylic nails as well for the, whatchamacallit. Jamie does hobby horsing. Hello? Alright, here's the nail. We just are waiting for her to dry. Let me see. Ooh, that's a good one. Let me see. That's a good one. Today I did yellow. Like hello, but yellow. Yeah, the LV looks really cool in this mix. I think this one's my favorite. And the pink. The pink and the yellow are my faves. I don't know why. I'm not like a pink person, but I really like the way that this one like shimmers. And then here's the yellow with the orange. Oh, I'm so excited to have them all done too. You know? Super excited to have them all done. Hi, Josh. Thanks, babe. Need a name. Alright, I'm going to put this in my lamp. Do not ever do this. I'm going to set this in the lamp for a little bit of heat. But do not ever put, if you have a bunch of acrylic around your nails and you just got done slapping that acrylic on there, and you think it's a good idea to put it in the lamp to heat it up, to think that it's going to dry faster, do not do that. I repeat, do not do that. You will give yourself a freaking outbreak. Allergic, whatever. That is how I got mine. Well, it's not how I got mine, but mine got worse because I did that. So, Sunset Glow. You like the orange? Yellow Thunder. Yellow Thunder. Oh, yeah, we got glow all throughout this bad boy, guys. Woohoo! All I'm going to do is the sides really quickly. I say that every time, but this time I'm just going to do the sides really quickly, and then we'll put the top coat on, and then that way everybody can go to Lori's live. Because I'm really not trying to take away from anybody at all. And I appreciate you guys being on here. And I had a goal of being on here instead of 3 hours to do it in 2. But we're a little bit over. But I was a lot faster than what I was. Which I'm really like, holy shit, I did it in like an hour and 44. Which instead of like, you know what I mean? I still paced myself. I didn't go too fast. Sunset Glow. I like Yellow Thunder. I like Lemon Sea. Lemon Me Sea. We gotta switch that around a little bit. I would say lead me on. Lead me on. Lead me on. Beyond the sunshine. Yellow. Like hello, but yellow. I have a pumpkin stuck in my chair. That's funny. She's good on top, but she's still sticky under the bottom, but it's okay. Let's burn. Do. I always go really large on this side right here. I don't know why. Did I do? Alright. Oh, shitballs Batman. Alright, we're gonna do the back really quick. Let's get that nice and slender. Especially if you have a bunch inside here. Get that shit out, guys. I'm using an 80/80 for this. Then I'm going to smooth it with a 100/180 grit. In terms of getting that out from underneath. Sometimes that's like the worst sound, but other times it's quite nice. I don't mind it, do you? Do you guys mind the filing part, or do you not like it? Or do you think it's like nails on a chalkboard? I'm a perfectionist. There we go. That's the word I was thinking of, guys. We're going to bring this in. But I don't want to bring this part in too much. Nice. I'm not even going through that glitter, which is great. Just going to bring this down so we can make this side even. And we're going to cross it on both sides. So I'm going to come down on this side, come down on this side, and then I'm going to go over the whole nail. We want to make sure it's not bumpy. So you want to smooth that out along the top edge there. And then I'm going to smooth across it. Nice. Boom, shakalaka. She even comes down at a nice angle there. Nice and straight. We're going to bring this in. Nice. And you want to round that out. Still a little sticky at the bottom here, but we're going to take this in nice and straight. Boom. Beautiful. Okay, this side still has to come in right up here. So we're going to go this way with it. Or you can go down at from the top to the side, and that will round that out. But if you're using your nail drill, you can easily do it with your nail drill. I just don't want to bring out my nail drill. Nice. Boom, dude. Fucking perfect. That's what I'm talking about, ladies and gents. That is what I'm talking about. Woo! Alright, just gonna make sure I get the rest of this out of here. And you will see the difference if you do not get all this out the back of your nail, it will throw your nail off. If it's bumpy underneath here and it's not straight or flat, it will throw your nail off. Anybody else agree? If not, that's okay. Because I know it to be true. Alright. Enough of that. Let's go ahead and make her nice and shiny, shiny, shiny. Oh, yeah. Ooh, look at the difference. She's like a Steve, everybody. What are we naming her? What are we naming our purple buffer? Ooh, cat eyes. I fucking love it. Excuse my French. This is our more elegant one because I don't have any other glitters that are like LV in that. I only have them in gold, so we're going to make sure this baby's nice and smooth. Make sure your sides are nice and smooth too, guys. it will adhere your top coat. I don't know, for whatever reason when I do this. And it makes it nice and shiny. Oh yeah. And then I'll take this guy and I'll go here and I'll make the back end really nice and thin too. Or not thin, but really nice and smooth. Boom. Ooh. And you can tell a difference where you didn't smooth it and where you did. Nice. Oh yeah, we did great. Alright, all we gotta do is top coat, everybody. I'm gonna take my glove off, clean her up, and then we are done. I'll show you the glow. So don't go anywhere if you want to see the glow. Alright, let's clean her up real quick. Oh yeah, guys. Oh, she's gonna look gorgeously stunning. Always clean that back side of your nail. And if you're using a clear base with your glitter, right? Using a clear base, go in and put top coat on the back of your nail, the base back of your nail, and it'll look so gorgeous. And it won't look super cloudy. It'll make it actually look really nice. Look at that. Oh, it's gorgeous. Alright, let her dry, and then let's get our top coat, baby. So I'm wondering if it would be better to do it this way with the top coat or not. I wonder. Alright, let's do the flash, and then that way you guys can see the flash. Alright. Flash is off. Alright, let's turn our thing on. Alright, here she is in the flash, guys. You can see that green. There's that purple. Like, I have purple showing through with the pink. Oh, good God almighty. She's gorgeous. She really is gorgeous. Alright, we're using La Katrina nails, everybody. Elegantly Toxic. Ooh, that's a good one. Oh my. You guys, I know it's so different for you to see just how much of that flitta is actually flittaing right now. Oh my. Like, I am not kidding you. The amount of shimmer and flakies in this one. Wow. The reflect is makes me want my towel. I didn't even go through those glitters either like I thought I was going to. Nope, sure didn't. I like to wrap my brush around the edge of my nail. Oh my, I have to show all these, right guys? I have to show all of these out in the sunlight at some point, right? Because that shimmer that is inside this nail is absolutely redonkulous. That's just some of the shimmer. And I know it's blurry, but I gotta keep it blurry so you guys can see the shimmer, you know? Wow. Alright, let me take the excess out of here. Gorgeous, dude. We're gonna take that excess off. Oh my God. Look, do you see it now? Look at the glitter. That's what I see in real life. Look at that glitter shimmer. That's what I'm seeing right now in real life. That's without the flash on though. I can see that. not only with the flash, but also without the flash. Alright, going in for a full 60. I'm going to turn my light off. Alright, everybody ready? Shine bright like a diamond. Hi, Phoenix. Oh, I'm sorry if I say that. Oh, wow, it is stunning, guys. I have to show you guys this. All of these outside. I have to. I just have to. Alright, let's turn this off. Alright, we have 32 seconds, but... Yep, so we got to name her, and that's all we got left to do. So, I don't know. What do you guys think? I want a cool one. I'm going to grab my little... whatchamacallits? So, oh my gosh. I'm trying to think of what we want to... Here are the colors. That is what we've done so far. Look at that! Look how much! Definitely way more. Definitely way more of the... Oh, glow. Would you focus? There we go. So we definitely have way more of that glow in there. And this is glowing in the middle of the daytime. Look at that. Yeah. Okay, so that's the glow. Alright. So these are all the colors so far. I do have them in a playlist. Oh my god, look how freaking gorgeous, you guys. Oh, okay. Since you guys are the ones that get to pick the actual name, so mine are Sunset Glow, Cat Eyes, Yellow Diamond. Shines bright like a diamond. Holy cow. Elegantly Toxic. I like that one too. I like the Holy Cow. That one's funny. Mermaid Gold. That's a good one. I believe there were some up here too. Lemon me see. Lemon me see. How about we do Holy... Oh no, she didn't. Yellow Thunder. Ooh, that's a good one. I like the Oh no, she didn't. I'm gonna pick Oh no, she didn't. Because I really like that. I like all of your guys' names so much, but I really like that. It's funny because it's like, oh no, she didn't, girl, shoot. So, we're gonna go. And if you want your name to be picked, keep coming back, guys. Oh. No, she didn't. Period. Point blank. Alright. Like, they don't have to have the, like, color in the name, you know? Look, I made one called Sparkle Drops. Shh. That was a name I came up with, but it's fine. It's just a name. I can't wait to get my white ones back. Alright, there she is. Alright, that's it, everybody. This is her up close. Isn't she gorgeous? That is it. Don't forget that Lori is live right now. Creations by Lori is live right now, so go check her out. Not quite sure what she's doing, but yeah, I'm gonna be hopping over there. So thank you so freaking much. I love you guys. The next one will be called Dragon Toots. That is a good one. Dragon Toots is a good one. That's a good one. Now I need to watch. Yes, girly. Thank you guys so much. Make sure you like and subscribe and hype if this was your favorite color. Or just hype just because you had a great time. But anyway, I will also be putting up more of the lineup. Since we're doing black, brown, white, and silver, I'll be putting that lineup up as well for you guys. Plus the new videos of the orange and the yellow colors are coming out as well, so stay tuned for that. But check out the playlist. It is linked, and yeah, I'll see you on the flip side, guys. Thank you so much for being here. Shout out to my mods. Thank you to my members. Shout out to my subscribers. I love y'all very much. I'll see you on the flip side. Toodaloo.